This program contains coarse language and discusses mature themes. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
See, I had to make sure that I get the F-bomb out of the way before I hit the button.
Right, I should have been smart and done that. Because now I'm just gonna be thinking about it.
It sits in front of my, like, right here all the time. I can't, I feel like I have this, like, blank space in my apartment on the wall, and I want to just, like, in big bold letters get, like a copper made sign that just says, I'm not going to say it. Welcome back to the Ugly Couch, or welcome to the Ugly Couch podcast. I'm your host, Darth Ginger, and today I'm very excited about you being on because this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about a lot. One of my team members and it was early on when we started this podcast that we wanted to talk about, but you guys, we have TK joining us today.
What's up? How y'all doing?
How are you?
I'm very good. It's been a long day. I've been excited for this all day. I've been staying busy, trying to make the time pass by quicker so I could get to this.
Well, we're not that cool. I mean, we're cool, but like not that cool. Don't put pressure on us. I'm starting to sweat so much easier now that it's getting hotter in Arizona.
It's like 60, 70 degrees today in Alabama. I'm like, daylight savings hit so hard that it brought us back to winter.
Ooh, see, that's why in Arizona, they tried to make that law pass, and we all said no to daylight savings.
I mean, honestly, in terms of time, I haven't noticed a difference. I wake up, go to sleep, and just do my normal little thing.
It was a big deal when I lived in California. Everyone would get so upset. And like, right. My father, love you to death. I'm sure you'll never watch any of these. Please don't. But he would always get so mad when it came around daylight savings times. And I'm just, it throws everyone off. I'm like, chill. But it's like, everyone treats it that way, like as if like, it starts raining on a day that we didn't account for at all. We're like, oh no. But
last month, it literally rained every day.
Oh wow!
I was so tired. I couldn't do anything. All my plans ended up having to be rain checked. Literally, pun intended.
Give a round of applause, everyone. This guy's full of puns, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm thriving for it.
Well, I mean, kind of off topic. I am a musician, so I mean that's kind of my specialty.
So, what kind of music do you do? Is it rap or like beautiful poetry?
Well, I do make rap. I've been experimenting with singing, but like the way I view it is, I try not to put myself in a box of rapper. I consider myself an artist because if you put yourself in a box, that's limiting you to one thing. You can probably see drum kit behind me. I play guitar.
No, not the obvious drum set. It's right there.
I thought it was. I thought it was.
Look at the background of him and doesn't know that that's a drum set. Go home.
Right.
Please. That's really. How did you get into doing music?
So I've always had an interest in music. From the time I was little. Growing up, I was a metalhead. I grew up listening to bands like, Pantera, Black Label Society, Ozzy.
I might be seeing Megadeth this month.
So one of my friends, really good music friend of mine, goes by Chopper King Swift. Shout out to him. We're actually going to see Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
And it may not work because it might invert the video, but on my forearms right here, it says more human than human.
That's groovy.
Yeah, Rob Zombie was one of my favorites growing up, but back then I wanted to be a guitar player. And then one of my other friends, Danny Darko, he invited me to hang out at this place that we perform at called The Altar.
Hold on, 1 second. You just dropped a name.
Yes.
You're friends with Danny Darko?
You know Danny Darko?
Yeah.
Big guy?
Yeah.
Face tats?
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny's my homie. Like, he's the one that got me into music.
Okay, now I'm really sweating. That's so cool.
How do you know Danny?
The internet's weird. I don't know him,
Yeah,
like, personally. I just follow him a lot on things.
yeah. But yeah,
Whoa.
he invited me to this place that we call the Altar. It's our little like local music venue. It's a really underground thing. And, I'd known him for a long time, and I never really hung out with him or talked with him. But he randomly messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" We hung out at my place for a bit. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to this place?" I'm like, "What's this?" He's like, "You never heard of it?" I'm like, "No." So I get in his car with him, and we're driving down the road. He's taking me out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I lost cell service like 20 minutes ago, and he did a song called "Remember Me," and I actually sang background layers on the hook of that song, and that was my first introduction to a like a professional music recording environment. And literally a week later, I bought like $1,500 worth of music equipment, and my life went down the drain because it consumed my life.
But no, that doesn't mean it went down the drain. You just invested a lot into it, which is
Yes,
great. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure knowing Danny, you probably know the song.
Yeah, I'm fangirling a little bit. That, like, not that I don't like you. It's just I love his work. It's so
Right?
amazing. Oh,
Danny is one of the most versatile people I've ever met when it comes to music.
wow. My knee
Yeah,
pits are sweating. Like,
she said my knee pits. But yeah,
and
I'm pretty sure you won't be able to unhear it now. If I return, will you remember me? Next time you listen to that song, listen a little bit deeper and you'll hear my voice.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna fucking cry. Wow, that's
I
insane.
take it we're past the 5 minute mark now.
Yeah, no one ever noticed
Fuck.
this. If you look in the top left, it says recording time.
Yeah, yep, 13 minutes.
Yeah, we've been on the phone for 13 minutes, but I think it showed. Yeah, no, we're fine. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Now you can say piss fuck. I won't say the C word because sometimes that does get me in trouble, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep that to ourselves. Well, that's fucking groovy. So so with music, you talked a little bit about how you use your music to kind of convey through your sexual life.
Yeah. So like, there's two things that I mainly try to convey in my music, and A is like I come from a very hard past. I've been through a lot for my age. I'm 23 years old. I've lost my dad, both my older brothers, grandparents, several friends, and I try to convey what I've been through in my music with a message. Saying like, hey, I've been through this shit and it sucks, but this is what I learned from it. And something that I started doing here recently is conveying that I'm a freak.
What
uh,
makes you a freak? Because now
um,
I'm going to start asking that kind of stuff.
hey, so obviously, I'm into the run of the mill, choking, spanking, hair pulling. Figured out a while back through an ex that I'm in to wax play, knife play.
Ooh, wax play is always fun as long as you get
Yeah,
the right material with wax.
yeah. And at the time, she was in a polyamorous relationship. Um, so she had a husband. I was her boyfriend. And my first exposure to seeing wax play was her husband doing it, and he got too close, and it left a welt on her chest.
Oh no.
But things ended up not working out. I decided, a polyamorous wasn't kind of right for me.
That's a hard thing because we talk about that a lot here on the Ugly Couch podcast about, you know, education and making sure that everyone plays safe. And if wax play is a very intense one, to me
Yeah.
at least, everyone can have your own opinion. If you like to just go buy yourself a birthday cake every day and just take the wax and pour it all over you, okay, cool. That's groovy. I'm jealous.
Right.
But yeah,
But
I mean, that can be very damaging.
what a lot of people don't realize is, so I do a lot of extensive research into stuff like that before I ever fully do it. So the wick that they use, they make candles specifically for wax play. And what it is a wick that burns at a lower temperature, so the wax doesn't get as hot.
That's good.
Which they coat the wick with, I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of like it's like a fire deterrent kind of thing.
Okay.
Which, like I said, I can't remember the name of the thing that they used to coat it with, but
That's good. As long as you're making sure that you're doing your education, because yes, it is to be fun and the spur of the moment of doing something like that, because it's definitely not a vanilla thing that we do. But maybe it might be from a vanilla cake. I don't know.
right.
But I hate
Vanilla
myself
cake for
sometimes.
not so vanilla reason.
I hate sometimes when I try to make a joke and I'm just gonna regret it.
Hey, you know I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna back you up.
Thanks. I appreciate that. But
Yeah,
no, that and the thing is that you know, living in a small town and having to try and like be open about being kinky is really hard. Because I
yeah.
experienced it while living in a small town in Colorado, and that got weird real quickly.
That's one of my dream places to go is Colorado.
Don't go to Akron. Don't. It's so bad. One stoplight, one stop sign. Bars never open. Grocery store
Right.
sucks.
Well, think about why everybody wants to go to Colorado.
Oh, you're going to Denver.
Yeah.
Denver or Colorado Springs are some of the kinkiest places I've ever been to.
Oh, no, not necessarily that. I partake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you smoke weed. Great. Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. If you don't want that in, I'll have it get cut out. It's fine.
It don't matter to me.
Yeah, I don't. I'm from California and Arizona. We don't fucking care.
Yeah, see that's a thing. In Alabama, it's still illegal. Which
It's still illegal in Alabama. What else are you gonna do?
like so the closest thing you can get legally is like all the Delta stuff, which is, by the way, very unsafe.
Oh, why?
It's so with like Delta 8, Delta 9, all this broad spectrum of all these Delta variants, it's just a CBD hemp flower that they spray with a chemical to give it the psychoactive effect of marijuana.
Oh.
So it's like 0.3% THC.
Well, everyone, duly note that if you're getting that Delta shit, you're a beta. Just kidding. If you're a beta, I appreciate you still. I've been watching too much comedy with Chris Rock. I'm just not letting his jokes this time. I love you, Chris Rock. Please subscribe to my channel. It'd be great.
Yeah, like I was saying here recently, is when I said I started experimenting with the freakier side of music. But the one song in particular that I kind of tried to convey that in was a song I couldn't think of a name, so I just called it "Baby," which is a song I made for my girlfriend, and that's like a really high key freaky song.
A song called "Baby" that's freaky. Okay, I can feel that vibe a little bit.
I mean, I could play it for you if you'd like.
Please do, as long as you make sure that you don't copyright me.
So I mean, I do.
You have to say it. No, you have to say it. I'm not gonna copyright this video if you play that.
I'm not gonna copyright this video. I own licensing to the beat, so it's all good.
We'll make sure that the links are down below. It's cool.
Okay, speakers. Gotta find my setting here. Okay,
so before you play it, tell a little bit backstory on it.
A little bit of backstory. Get this swapped right again. Okay, there we go. So the story behind this pretty much is, me and my girlfriend have been together roughly about 6 months, I think. And she started out kind of conservative, then she met me, and that kind of corrupted her a little bit, I think.
And then maybe you might have like slipped a thumb in her butt, and she kind of liked it.
No, that's one of her no-nos.
Ah, darn. That's okay. It's fine.
I'll get her eventually.
Oh, is that your girlfriend in the background?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
She said hi.
I I just gotta make sure now that
She
I
said
get
maybe.
consent. Okay.
She said maybe.
As long as I get your consent to have you on YouTube, cool. Get that thumb. It's really worth it.
But yeah, I should have figured out before we started this what my audio source needed to be.
Keep it trashy as hell, so that the audience really has to come find you and hear
Right.
the good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so I figured it out. This is how
the couch. The podcast is called The Ugly Couch. Nothing is professional.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't have a couch. I have a bed and a studio in the corner of my bedroom.
That's okay. I didn't want this couch. I was supposed to get rid of it, but now we're invested into it. So
now it's going to be iconic. You know, people are going to be like, whoa, that's a couch. No casting.
Well, the fact that I have some friends coming to visit, and they're going to be literally sitting here live while we record on The Ugly Couch.
Right.
A podcast. So that'll be a first. And I'm still not going to clean any of these stains at all. They just have to sit on them.
Hey, Abigail. I'm in the middle of a podcast. We're going to have to cut this portion out. My sister just walked in.
Oh, sorry.
Word to the editors, cut this out.
Thank you, Julie and Calvin. I appreciate you.
Y'all are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Okay, so I figured this out. This is how we do it.
Okay.
Okay, so this, without further ado, this is going to be on my new album called Broken Glass and Blowing Grass. It's going to be a more aggressive sound album.
And I love that title so much.
I've yet to make the album art, but I have a picture in my head of what I want it to look like.
Okay, goofy.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh, crap. I'm trying to get my mic to work better. Do you hear it?
With the lyrics that are different, me and baby got a vision, get rid of all you bitches. Fuck with my girl, you're gonna get smacked. She calling my name while I break in the bag. Money to stack, what's taking a nap? No time to slack, what you hit my snap. Don't you get it? I do this shit for her so I can build a better future. Got a king at her back, she ain't fucking with a loser. Make a porno, view the bloopers, and we chillin' watch the lunar.
Okay, cut it.
Sense of humor, but she always got
cut
it.
What's up?
That is so. I don't want anyone else to hear that until that comes. That is such a banger.
You ain't even heard the best part yet.
I know.
I mean, I have no problem at all giving y'all the exclusive on it.
Not the full song, not yet, because I want them to come listen to where it actually is going to be hosted. Or are you hosting that?
It is going to be out on all streaming platforms. You know, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, TikTok.
So much goosebumps right now, just like that whole build up, and then I could like I felt like I was on a roller coaster, and that was so like it was going like the Superman ride, and then it just fucking dropped, and the lyrics are so like you can hear like the sincerity and honesty behind your words,
right?
And I think that's so cool.
Props if you could hear the little the subtle things that I said in there before it gets real. Yep.
Oh, I heard them. I for sure. And I am. Wait, I was gonna say I'm not one to ever point anything out like that. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So I will say to the viewers that like rap, and if you like, do you know what chopping is?
Mm-hmm.
Like really fast rapping.
Yeah.
That's all the second verse is.
Yeah, I like Chop because I'm a huge. Everyone always gives me fucking shit about it, but he's my favorite rapper in the whole world. I don't give a
Tech9.
Fuck it, yeah, he's fucking. He's the shit.
He's like the goat of chopping.
But anyone who has never heard Tech9 will always say that Eminem is. You're wrong. I flashed I flashed my titties at Tech9. Okay. He used to come to Santa Cruz, California, almost every other month, and I would spend all of my really hard-earned high school money to go and see him.
Right. So back to my friend that I mentioned earlier, Choppa King Swift. That is his biggest inspiration for music. He does that like that's his thing. His name is Choppa King Swift.
But he's
And
fucking groovy.
I hit him with a shout out in this song too, right before
That's
the second
fucking
verse.
cool. Well, then you all have to make sure that you go down and hit the links that you're gonna send to me. And fuck it, that was just I personally wanted to let the song keep going, but
Right,
you just gotta do it.
You gotta give him some hype.
Yeah, because oh my god, that's so amazing. That's really groovy. It's cool. It's fine.
You're like my spirit animal.
I'll just do it for you. It's cool. I don't care. It's my
Fair.
podcast. It's fine.
Fair.
Don't, Julie. Do not edit that burp out. Okay,
do not do that.
Do not, please.
That is unethical.
Please do it. I'm not trying to link that because I've never burped on camera before. That was a little treat just for you to enjoy. So how I want to get back on topic because you are a very fresh new baby boy into at least vet life.
Right. So I've been in the community. Well, I've been interested in the community since I was like 16, 17 years old.
Is that when you lost your virginity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was to an older woman. I was 18 and she was.
That's not an older woman. That's a couple of years older.
She was in her 40s, I think.
Oh, wait. Okay, that's it. You were 18 and she was in. That's.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show MILF Manor?
I don't think so.
You should look it up because
I don't watch a whole lot of TV, honestly.
Oh, I don't either. I watched it on YouTube and I just watched clips of people reviewing these shows.
Right.
It's a show on TLC. It's about MILF Manor. It's about these like guys in their like early 20s trying to hook up with these MILFs, and it is
cougars.
Fantastic. But the thing is that the guys, they show up with their MILF mothers.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
It's so magical. It's so crazy.
I will say I've never killed a mountain lion, but I've choked a few cougars.
Another round of applause. That's too much. That's too much.
Please don't edit that out.
No, that's not gonna edit out. Wow, how was that?
It was very interesting. She was also married. Her husband did not know, but there was kind of a vibe between us, and I'm like, me being young and impressionable, I'm like, I don't see a problem with this. And then we're in the middle of it. Her kid comes home, and we hurriedly get dressed. She walks out, and then I eventually ended up having to do the walk of shame. I'm like, okay, this is awkward. And her son's like my age, maybe like 1 or 2 years younger.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that was definitely an experience.
Way to turn 18, huh?
Right.
Wow. I mean, at least you're legal, because I don't condone anything underage. Please don't do that.
Nope.
Not cool. Because that's why I can't talk about how I lost my virginity. If you ever want that story, please subscribe to my Snapchat, because I talk about it all the time, because I was underage, but not with an adult. So that's cool. Just go ahead and start sending me the warning flags and whatnot, YouTube. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's fine. Cancel me for a week. That's great. You're really doing good for YouTube. It's fine. Wow.
I've heard about this new YouTube alternative called Rumble. I don't know if it's worth anything or not, but apparently their policies and guidelines are nowhere near as strict as YouTube's. But I don't know.
I just want to go back to the day where it was just a day in the zoo when YouTube started.
Right. Good old 2009.
I remember the day that came out. I was one of the first people, probably, excuse me, to edit that burp out. That was not a good one. See, that's a good burp. That's staying in.
That was not a good one.
That was. Oh, you could do better. Okay.
You can ask her back there. They get pretty intense.
See, I don't get to deal with burps. I get to deal with farts every day. So, my boyfriend is the gassiest chef ever.
And apparently he's also a Jedi.
He's Jedi.
I think I just heard a I just heard a lightsaber noise in the background.
Oh yeah, it's my phone. I never turn off my notifications because everyone that views this channel, they're like, don't unmute your phone. I'm like, okay. Now
So
there's
like,
just a lightsaber
you know what that
going
means,
off.
right? I was meant to say that.
You are 100%.
Yeah.
But that's not a Jedi saber. That is Darth Vader's saber.
I like Star Wars, but I don't know that much about it to differentiate the lightsabers. The look of disappointment on your face.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. This is the end of it. I'm just kidding. What? You we talked, and my name is Darth Ginger. You don't even know the difference. No, it's okay. That is like the nerdiest thing ever for someone to know the different sounds and kyber crystals. And Darth Vader has 2 of them in his lightsaber. So
yes, I do know that much. He did have 2 in his lightsaber.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're friends again. All right, this is a roller coaster of a fucking relationship. Cheese and fucking rice biscuits. Yeah, I get it.
And you see, this is what it's like to do a podcast when you have ADHD.
Oh yeah, no, it's all over the fucking place. I
Oh
don't,
yeah,
I don't.
100%.
Oh, we're doing a podcast. Oh God, hi, you guys might be. I'm just kidding.
Welcome to the Ugly Couch Podcast. We just realized that we were doing a podcast. Thank you very much.
I'm not inebriated in any other way. Promise.
This is definitely Mountain Dew.
This is definitely. I have water, tea, and non-brand something.
She drinking the Pinnacle vodka.
This is just it's just straight vodka and an unnamed brand bottle. Do you guys want me to stop peeling off the labels? Sponsor this podcast.
That's not Gatorade. That's Gator Power.
That's hater power.
Right.
Looks
Looks
so
like
much
your
hate.
thing's falling.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Your thing kind of tilted down a little bit.
Shit. I love getting distracted in the conversations.
Yes.
So I really want to hit on this topic about like how it is to be like in a small town trying to deal with like kinky stuff. Like how did you first like approach it? Because obviously with losing your beautiful young and delicate virginity to an older woman, which is beautiful. I love age range and whatnot. But you do live in a small town. I looked you up. Well, at least where you live. I didn't look you up, but like I looked up where you live.
It was what, like 4,000 people, I think.
Yeah, it's small. Yeah.
So like Alabama, or not, I can't say Alabama as a whole because there are some pretty decent sized cities.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard from a good bit of people is like, we'll edit that out. My town
okay.
has more or less that 50 Shades of Grey outlook on kink. It's pretty much like, oh, you're into kinky shit. Oh, you must beat the hell out of her. And da 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 da. No, what people don't realize is that within the kink community there is so many different roads that you can go down. Yes, there are some people that are into that. Me, not personally. But to me, like, being able to explore those kinks with your partner is bringing about a deeper level of intimacy and trust that a lot of people don't see. And yes, there are those people that are into, the casual hookups, all this and all that. But, I'm trying to find the words for this. Pretty much for me, what I'm trying to do with the music and all that is convey that there is a deeper level of trust and intimacy within that, instead of just, hey, you beat the hell out of your partner. No, I don't.
No, I mean people, especially in vanilla lives, you'll tell someone, yeah, I'm kinky, and especially when you say the word, BDSM, they're like, oh, you like whips and chains and handcuffs. No, because at least with my personal dynamic, I'm in a daddy dom princess sub relationship, and it goes in so many layers. And yes, we do own whips and chains and handcuffs, but the dynamic of our relationship is so much more than that.
Right.
Because he takes
That's
care
not
of
a swing
me.
set.
Shh, Who told you that? I'm just kidding. I would love a swing set. Oh my gosh. If my apartment complex would ever approve to install a swing set in my apartment, I'd be like, I love you. I'm going to sign up for a 5-year lease now.
Right.
So that's so much. And I love that kind of stuff. That's why I'm very thankful that I live in an area that does have swingers clubs, that we can experience that kind of stuff. But with.
And even like you said, you said you're in a daddy dom relationship. Even like, taking that one category, the dom sub relationship, there's so many branches off of that, that I often compare to like subgenres of music. Like you don't just have like heavy metal. You have all these subgenres that branch off into like a big tree.
Right.
And that's something a lot of people don't realize nowadays, because people are so narrow-minded.
And I love the fact that you're such an artistic person like that you can see how you can relate to that with music and the kink world, that you kind of already have this beautiful understanding of, you could say this, but it could go in so many different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can make it your own. And that's fucking groovy. I mean, y'all just got a taste of it earlier.
Right.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm going to hear the rest of that later. Fuck off. You better go hit that link.
Yes.
Because it's beautiful what you do. And the fact that you are still, I get to say this now. I'm 31 years old. You're still very young, but you have this beautiful and mature understanding of, kink stuff and fetishes and whatnot. And you got to take the, please, again, I'm going to say this and sponsor us, because I say it in almost every episode. You got to take that PDSM, not P. It's not, oh my God.
Yes.
Now they're not going to sponsor me. It's fine. Just fucking trash me. It's cool. I'm going to
I'm still lost on the reference you were trying to make. I'm confused.
It's BDSMtest.org.
Oh, yeah. I ain't done one of those in forever.
Because you don't have your results posted on your profile. And whenever someone posts their results on their profile, people are like, oh, this person is actually kind of real. It's kind of like being like verified, which now FetLife has like a verification. Like if you've got like a check mark like Twitter. It's gross. It's fucking disgusting. I hate it. But thanks. I'll send in my government ID so you know it's real. But because there's a lot of fake people and stuff out there.
Yeah.
Child pornography and whatnot. Y'all fucking disgusting. But you should take it again.
We are not down for the MAPs.
No, fuck that shit. Don't do it. Please stop.
It's wrong.
I will happily contact Chris Henson to fucking come to your place. That's groovy what you do, and the fact that you convey that kind of lifestyle in your music is absolutely gorgeous and stunning. And you are definitely an artist to look out for right now. Y'all better be shook, because when you hear his music, because I did do a little deep diving into yours.
Oh, so you did find my YouTube?
I did. I sure did.
for the people that don't know, my name is TK Rap Artist on all streaming platforms. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, everywhere. Other than SoundCloud. SoundCloud's kind of dead.
Yeah, I haven't heard SoundCloud since like probably back in like 2010 when my boyfriend was working at a round table. And that pizza place is still banging. It's still not as good as Straw Hat Pizza. So sorry.
Right. And that's the thing. We don't have any good restaurants in or my town. Damn, we don't have any good restaurants in my town. I keep name dropping my town, and I'm like, oh, people are gonna find me. Pretty much all we have is fast food.
Honey, if I'm gonna link your life down below, it says it on your profile.
I'm a genius. Do you know that?
You're so like Einstein. Einstein's so shook right now.
But yeah.
If you want, we'll edit it.
Yeah, we have like fast food restaurants. We have like McDonald's, Jack's, run of the mill stuff. We don't have any nice place. We got to go like 30, 40 minutes just to get somewhere nice.
That's how it was when I lived in a town I was living in the Redwood Mountains, and it would take 30 to 45 minutes just to get into town, and because it was a 1-lane highway, and that was because there was nothing up there. The only thing that was up there was like the most expensive grocery store ever, but I swear to God, they had the best sushi. Oh,
Right.
so
Now,
good.
to me, like compared to what we have, to me, nice is like Cookout. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
I've never like a good cookout. Or is that like an actual restaurant?
That's an actual restaurant.
Okay.
You know, they do like burgers, you know, barbecue, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I mean, I've been with my Texan man for 7 years, so I understand good cooking.
I mean, by no means is it high end, but it's good food compared to McDonald's and all that.
My favorite go-to restaurant is Olive Garden, so I get.
I've never been to Olive Garden. I don't really see the appeal to it.
Everyone, please unsubscribe to this channel. Hit that dislike button. It's cool. You've never been to an Olive Garden? I never take my glasses off, by the way.
I mean, Olive Garden's never really appealed to me. I don't know why. It just has.
All right. Well, next time you guys check in with us, me and TK are going to be going to Olive Garden together. We're going to do a live podcast there. It's fine.
And hopefully by then I'll have 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we'll go live and do a whole like we'll do like a double triple like live thing.
Oh,
whatever
great.
It's called.
I don't think this podcast made any fucking sense at all, which I absolutely love.
This has been all over the place.
Yeah, which they usually are.
Yeah.
This is me attempting to wrap it up, and I'm fucking terrible at it. So, make sure. Thank you all for. No, that's not how it goes. This is why no one's ever gonna sponsor us. But if you do, like Adam and Eve, hit me up. No, they didn't call it back. Okay, cool. I was hoping maybe if I said that, I get a phone call, I'd be like, "Oh, it's Adam and Eve," because I have their phone numbers, all of their contact phone numbers saved in my phone. Like, it's gonna happen.
We could have planned that out. I could have just called you and been like, "Hey, it's Adam and Eve."
Oh my God!
just turn off my interface for a second.
Adam and Eve, it's both Adam and Eve? Oh my God, I usually only just talk to Adam. Weird. I get both. Well, thank you so much for being on this shenanigans of whatever the fuck this is.
What?
What?
I kind of blanked out for a second.
We're on such the same vibe level. We need to like not. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Is there anything else you want to plug in? You've got your music. You've got, every beautiful art that you're doing. It's just, please give him a listen. It's so amazing. And I hope that you all join him on his journey because it's so fucking rad.
So one more thing I want to plug that I actually have yet to do this thing, but I'll probably do it within later today or the day after the podcast. I'm going to make a playlist with all the collective artists in our local underground music scene.
That's cool.
We've got several towns here in Alabama, from Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina. We're kind of building a family, and if you want to join us for that journey of seeing us come up, that would be cool as all hell.
Fuck yeah, we support the hell out of you. Always support your family, whether you related or not, but don't do anything else weird, okay? It's just not cool.
Right.
It's just, Well, thank you guys for somehow clicking back into this. I'm sorry, team. You always get mad when I degrade this podcast. I don't know. I can't be like one of those chipper people. Be like, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell button. Yeah.
To all the people watching, you should really like, subscribe, hit that bell, because if you don't, whenever you go to bed, I'm going to be under your bed. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a negative or positive thing? I don't know what kind of message you're sending. Cool, you're under my bed. Don't go under my bed. There's only 2 inches underneath my bed. I'm your host, Dark Ginger. This is the Cuts Podcast. Thank you, TK, for being on here. And make sure you subscribe and check out the rest of the shit that we shoot. Okay, bye.